If you have a body fat percentage greater than 20%, you are killing your testosterone and increasing your estrogen. This is simply science. Adipose tissue, or fat tissue, carries an enzyme called aromatase. This enzyme converts testosterone into estrodial, estrogen. And in the testosterone negative feedback loop, testosterone as well as estradiol, having high levels of them, will downregulate your testosterone production, because for men, the main way we get our estrogen is actually from our testosterone via aromatization. The side effects of having high fat percentage, so therefore having increased estrogen and less testosterone, will be less muscle mass, more fat, and actually gaining more fat easier, more propensity to gain fat, mood swings, lower drive, and weaker performance when it comes to physical endeavors or life in general. But I'm not trying to fearmonger right now. Where there is a will, there is a way. How do you decrease the effects of your aromatase so that you have less estradiol and more testosterone to fuel your muscle gains and your endeavors in life? Well, you can incorporate natural aromatase inhibitors into your diet. These are essentially agonists for the aromatase enzyme. We'll start off with zinc, which is essentially just an all-around hormonal boost that will increase your testosterone and decrease your estrogen levels to the healthy amounts. Because of course, we must optimize for testosterone as well as estrogen. Estrogen still has good effects within the body. Then we have cruciferous veggies, which contain compounds called I can't say it, bro. Diindolylmethane, I believe. That's how you say it. Yeah, diindolylmethane. It's kind of a hard word, but just use DIM for short, DIM. What these do is they can mitigate the effects of aromatase and actually combat aromatase. So broccoli, kale, those kinds of veggies are actually really good for you. Just cruciferous veggies in general. However, if you want to go the natural route, the actual way that is best is actually decreasing your body fat percentage and burning the fat that you have. Now, this is not difficult. I want you to understand that there are people who just do this. Bodybuilders will go on aggressive bulks to gain mass, and then they will cut down on their body fat percentage. This is achievable. This is possible for you, for me, for everybody who wants to do this. Now, I will give you a couple strategies that will help you, because personally, I've gone to like 12% body fat, and optimally, actually, I should have mentioned this. If you are not 20% body fat, the optimal range will actually be 10 to 15% body fat. You can get to 10 to 15% body fat and therefore have less adipose tissue, less fat, and have less aromatase. Essentially what you need to do is have less carbohydrates. What happens in your body is that it first uses carbohydrates like sugars, think bread, think potatoes, and those kinds of things. Once your body does not have enough carbohydrates to use, and this is kind of, the best way I've found is through ketosis, like keto diet, 0 carbs. You can eat whatever you want, like a cheese, and you can have like meat, nuts, lots of those things, and you can have veggies to an extent. So your body will use carbohydrates first, as well as the glycogen in your muscles, so you will end up being a little bit weaker. But then it will start to burn the fat. And of course, you don't want to go too hard in this, or else you're going to start burning your protein, your actual muscle. So you need to make sure you get adequate nutrition and adequate fat intake. And of course, fat intake supports hormones. Good cholesterol is always important. Just make sure it's not polyunsaturated compounds like seed oils, like friggin' margarine. How are you gonna use margarine when you can use butter? And make sure that you're using saturated fats, which are good for you because they do not denature your good cholesterol in your body. I'll also recommend that you chew gum, so you give your mouth something else to do other than eat. It helps a lot. I will say, if you are hungry, just drink water, chew gum, or eat more protein. You can't go wrong with more protein. It barely has any sugar, and that is the thing that actually makes you fatter. The other thing is you can also just increase your activity. You can eat the same things, just make sure for your health to eat good high quality things, good organic things. But you can also increase your activity, as in like walking more. You can incorporate more cardio into your diet, or just lift weights to deplete the glycogen in your muscles. Remember, you can undergo gluconeogenesis to convert fat to sugar for your body to use. That's what happens when you burn fat. And honestly, I want to tell you this is achievable. I know I have friends that struggle to lose their fat even though they say they want to. This is achievable. Just like there are people who struggle to make 10K per month, there are people who struggle to lose fat. But the truth is, there are people where that is just normal. That is a normal outcome for so many people. and you can do this too. I will tell you, for me, I have gone on a bulk increasing my carbohydrates so that I can have more energy to fuel my gains in the gym. Now, I am getting close to that greater than 20% body fat percentage. I am likely at 22, 23, possibly even 25% body fat percentage, even though it might not look like it because I have such big, beautiful muscles. However, I will still need to have to cut, because if I do not cut soon, there's also the loose skin where you can get if you are much bigger, you might have loose skin if you cut too fast. However, for me, I'm at the point where when I get to my goal, which is 405 squat, and I will maintain my 315 bench, I will just have to cut down on my weight. And then not only will you be more aesthetic, more shredded, and feel better and feel like you can jump higher altogether, you will increase your overall vitality for life and you will be proud of yourself. That is true. And that is what happens when you increase your testosterone by decreasing your fat and decreasing your aromatase that converts testosterone into estradiol. If you want to further optimize your hormones and you want to have my full system that will help you achieve your fitness goals, that will get you stronger, jacked, and feeling best in your body, join my community in the description below. Like the video.